Hey there, hi there, Pisces, and welcome to your dream, love, and shadow reading with me, Priscilla B. So, up first, I'm going to draw a dream oracle door card for you, the Door of Destiny, and we have Door of Change, Transformation, Adaptation, Transition, and Evolution. Change. It's beautiful. Pink butterfly. Okay. I also have a couple more messages for you. This is your love spell message, and it says encourage reconciliation. If you are having trouble with your significant other or have just gotten into a fight and want to make up, this spell can help. Carve both of your names and birth dates into the side of a light pink candle. Find 2 rings, they can both be yours, and tie them together with a pink ribbon. Place the rings next to the candle, then light the candle. As you watch the flame flicker, meditate on what you can do to mend the situation. Visualize sending your partner love. Feel your heart soften. Let this energy guide your reconciliation. Okay? And Pisces, my love sign, or planet, the planet of love, Venus, is in Pisces. So a lot of, and Pisces are already, you guys already have a lot of like romantic energies. So that surround your love life and your decision making, and probably even having dreams about it. And it's probably affecting your shadow energy as well. So, yeah. Anyways, okay, we have here a pelican. Choose to follow the path of forgiveness and raise your vibration. Okay, that's your bird message. Okay, Pisces. So already, you are working towards this. Okay. Now we're going to get into the Citadel cards. Okay. To reveal some more deeper understanding of this whole situationship that you're dealing with. So a lot of this probably honestly does have to do with love right now. A lot of your dreams, because there's different kinds of love, but right now there's definitely someone, your significant other, you're dealing with some troubling times or confusing energy. Okay, we have the gambler, loss and risks. Yep. You might be in love with a gambler, or your significant other might be a gambler. They might have gambled with more than just, money too. It could have been your heart. It could have been your feelings. I feel like it could be everything, honestly, at this point. Like, they're just not taking your connection seriously or respecting it. The astronomer, discovery, augury. So channeling into your astrology, channeling into everything that you are studying and researching. I feel like you're one of those people, you're like waiting for the stars to align, and you're waiting for signs from the universe to kind of point you in the direction of where you want to go or where you're meant to go. We have the herald, small regrets, longing, and then we have the white rabbit and the snakes. Okay. Yeah. You want something more here. I feel like you're not even really like waiting around for this person anymore that you were connected with. I feel like you are in the process of forgiving them. And what that means, it doesn't mean like taking them back. I don't know, like if some of you, felt like that's what forgiveness is, or were taught that, or whatever. But forgiveness doesn't mean taking someone back. forgiveness means you are moving forward and not letting what they've done to you and how they've treated you affect you moving forward into your new connections and into your new journey, separate from them. So you're disconnecting feelings and emotions so you don't have to feel sad about what they did to you anymore. That's the process of forgiving. It's not, oh yeah, what you did is acceptable, now we can be friends. No, 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 no. Or more, no. It's now there's boundaries. Now there's new rules. You know what I'm saying? So if you are even to like see this person or communicate with them. But for you, you're kind of leaving that, oh, let's speak again, let's see each other again, whole thing behind you, and moving past that, moving forward. Um, and there are some things like you're longing for here. There are some small regrets here, like I put too much time, too much energy, too much focus into this previous relationship. Don't do that to yourself. Like, do yourself a Pisces favor. Do yourself a Pisces favor. Love yourself. Okay, that's a Pisces favor. And practice more self-love and more self-care. As for the reconciliation, of course, if you want to be like on speaking terms with this person, if you like absolutely like have to at some point, just because there's no other way around it for whatever reason, probably with the gambling card here, it probably has to do with money. You don't have to like get back together with them, but this reconciliation can be something that you use moving forward. And it could also be reconciling with yourself too. It could be self-love. It could be your shadow energy. Maybe that's what you need to like channel back into your life. Let's see if I'm right. Oh, the scholar. Okay. Education here, taking classes or courses. Yeah, this is really good here. This is your shadow energy coming through. This is the other side to the equation. You have this painful experience when it comes to love, just starting off. That's what your dreams keep replaying in your mind, is you keep having these unfortunate encounters with lovers, past lovers, current lovers. You want to move through that, right? Investigation and research is going to be how you get through this. Okay? So, understanding more about love, understanding more about self-love and self-care, understanding more about healthy relationships versus toxic relationships. That's what the herald, that's what you're being called to do. The herald is literally like you go to the astronomer and talk about your signs and your birth charts and whatever, and then you're like, okay, now I have to wait for the sign. And the herald is the sign. It's the voice of, yes, you have these small regrets. You're like, if my path just slightly went this way at first, Jason, then maybe I would not be longing so much to be reconnected to myself. And it's also really important that you are connected to your shadow energy and your shadow queen energy. And your shadow queen energy is this, like, it is kind of destructive. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, it doesn't really like help you per se be productive, but that is what the productiveness is meant to do. It's not meant to be good. It's meant to be bad. The problem is that you've been around so many people that have treated you badly and projected negativity onto you, and done hurtful things to you, that you don't want to even embrace your own inner shadow queen energy. You don't want to even forgive your own shadow queen energy. But it's like speaking to you in your dreams, in your love life. It's like you got to let me be a little bit bad, especially when it comes to people who, and not, I don't mean bad, like actively like hurt and harm people. No, I don't mean that. But I mean, start channeling that energy into protecting yourself, actually being a little bit of a badass and being a little bit like, you know what, you're going to treat me badly. Well, now you're not going to have access to me anymore. People are going to call you names for that. People are going to be haters for that. People are going to say you're selfish for that. It doesn't matter. You have to put up these walls and protect yourself. Okay? The thief, seizing the moment and selfishness. See? Seizing the moment and selfishness. Look at all these items. It's in direct alignment with the gambler. The gambler gambled with your heart. It gambled with your feelings. It didn't protect you. It actually served you up on a platter saying, here, here, take, it pretty much, gambled with your life, quite honestly, I mean, that might be hard for some people to hear, or it might come off as a little bit judgy, but I'm not here to, like, play games like the gambler. The thief, however, I feel like what you're a thief of, okay, and I think a lot of people can relate to this. Pisces, especially you, I think you can relate to, like, toxic people you've chosen to be lovers with, who say you're a user or you used them when really they didn't care about your feelings at all. What you're doing here is you are practicing being selfish and seizing the moment and stealing back your life. Think of, like, Maleficent, like the king, that evil king stole her wings and she stole them back, right? She was bad for taking back what is hers. Okay, she's like the perfect example of a shadow queen that is using her shadow queen archetype. Let's just call it an archetype, right? Carl Jung can, like, rewrite his 12 archetypes to lucky number 13. So shadow queen, you are channeling that now. You're not hurting anybody. You're taking back what is yours, what is your power. That's the best way to use your shadow queen energy. Okay? And in a lot of my other videos, if you go and watch my Shadow Queen series, the first videos I made, a bad Shadow Queen, like a bad person that you don't want around you, that you can tell is not using their Shadow Queen archetype energy in a healthy way, in a productive way, is someone who intentionally goes out of their way to harm others and then calculates it and writes it off as, well, I'm just emotional. You can be emotional. That's fine. Just don't be emotionally destructive towards me. You can emotionally destroy your own shit in your own life, just not come after me and what's mine. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay? So that is, seeing what's going on in a much bigger thing. Like, there are going to be people who want to steal from you. They're going to want to steal your energy. They're going to want to steal your time. They're going to want to steal your joy and your happiness and your love and what you've worked hard for. You are taking it all back. You are taking back your power, Pisces. All this abundance here, the chalice, the pentacles, the crystals, the gems, the ring, very significant. There's 2 rings here. There's a wedding band, 2 wedding bands here. Well, actually, this probably is more of an engagement ring, to be honest. But this is a wedding band, an engagement ring and a wedding band. And then there's, like, a hair clip. So you are taking this all back. This is what belongs to you. This is what was stolen from you because you were dealing with other shadow queen energies that didn't want you to be happy when they really just weren't happy with themselves, and they really needed to, like, work that out amongst themselves and do their own work and shadow work, light work, all of it, dream work, all of it, and just instead came after you and came after all of what you've worked hard to accomplish. Okay? So yeah, they're going to probably call you a thief. They're going to probably call you a liar. They're probably going to call you a user. But they'll probably even call you the villain, honestly. But this is what's rightfully owed to you. This is rightfully what is yours. Okay? And you know that already. So, it's like you're playing poker and someone cheats at poker and takes all your money and you're left with nothing. You know, we've got to, if we're going to think like the thief, if we're going to think like the gambler, if we're going to think like the actual villain of the story, then we have to think about what actions they would take, what they would do in order to get control over us. And if you can do that, then you can catch a cheater in the act. You can catch a liar in the act. And I'm not talking about just like, you know, being unfaithful. I'm talking about like emotions here. Okay. Obviously, if your significant other did sleep with someone else, obviously, like, that's really messed up. I think that this person is more of the kind of person that plays mind games with you and is more manipulative than that and more like in front of you, pretends or acts out or fantasizes or just says things about it. It's almost like that's worse. I don't know how. I know a lot of people might disagree with me on that, but I almost feel like that's worse than someone who's just like, I'm not happy anymore and I just don't want to be with you physically anymore. That's honesty. That's coming forward with it and then saying, okay, like, that's the truth. Another person is like, I still want to be with you, but I also don't like you. I don't love you. I don't respect you. Like, I'm going to make your life a living hell, but I still want you physically. That's, to me, that's worse, quite honestly. But again, you know, take it as it resonates. I could be wrong. Obviously, if someone went behind your back and wasn't honest with you and still pursued you on top of all the dishonesty and the going around behind your back and sleeping with other people, obviously that's wrong too. You know what I'm saying? So there's layers here. So I'm not trying to say like you're wrong or if you don't want them to be wrong, they're not wrong or whatever. This is for a very specific group of Pisces that has a very complicated relationship with someone that's not caring or loving or supportive or respectful to them. And Pisces, you've kind of lost the ability to even like care about yourself at this point because you still care about yourself, but you like lose faith in that from time to time because you're like, dang, like, you know, I've really relied on this person to love me and they don't now. And that process and that coming to terms with that is really extremely painful process. It's not a fun process. Okay. So we have the air. There you go. Unseen potential and hesitation. There you have it. The air. You are the heir to the Iron Throne, Pisces. Now, I don't know any Game of Thrones fans out there. I was just binge watching that and rewatching the whole series. But yeah, like, you know, you want what is rightfully owed to you. You want what you've inherited, and you've inherited this like beautiful, glorious, you know, new soul like rebirth, you know, like a phoenix rising from the ashes. You've grown, you've transformed into what is now a ruler of sorts, a ruler of your own life. And you are hesitant, of course, because you don't have the alignment or like the alliance. I feel like it's more like alliance. You don't have the alliance that you worked very hard to have. You don't have it anymore. I feel like there were times when it was there and then it wasn't there and then it was there and it wasn't there. But overall, the emotional alliance is not there. But there's so much unseen potential here. So that's a good thing. The king, control, reversal of fortune. Oh, see? There you go. The king, right? So masculine energy for sure here. that's the thing. It's like, if you're in alignment with a gambler, if you're in alignment with someone who gambles your feelings and your emotions and doesn't take them as these like precious energies that are to be loved and cared for and nurtured and supported, um, then you're going to experience breaking here with the sword breaking. You're going to experience someone who doesn't support your claim to the Iron Throne. You know, you're going to fall into a connection that's not healthy for you. So what you really want to do here is you want to separate your fortune, your abundance, your feelings, your emotions, all of that. You want to separate that from the gambler so you don't experience this constant breaking. Okay? And you know, this could be money related, but it's also emotionally related as well. Because sometimes money complicates things, and we think because money rules the universe and rules all decision making, that we can't separate ourselves from certain individuals and certain energies that they project onto us. You can certainly do that. You can certainly separate yourself emotionally for someone, even if you have to still like deal with finances with them. You can still separate yourself emotionally, and protect yourself emotionally. Okay. All right. So now we're gonna get into the Alice cards because I have the White Rabbit and the snakes, and I don't have a snake deck, but I do have the Alice in Wonderland deck. So yeah. All right. Let's see. Oh, this one flew out here. Oh yes, look at this. Ace of coins and a heart. See? Once you separate yourself from these toxic energies, from these emotionally manipulative people, you are going to get all the abundance you know you deserve and that you have earned through the love you've shared, through the love you've given yourself. Okay? Your money and your abundance here, like the thing about pentacles is like, here, I'll just read it from my book here. The Ace of Coins. Okay? So it means new beginnings, material opportunities, and prosperity. In its upright position, the Ace of Pentacles represents new beginnings, material opportunities, and prosperity. This card symbolizes a fresh start in the material realm, often related to finances, career, or practical endeavors. It signifies the potential for financial growth, the manifestation of goals, and the arrival of tangible opportunities. The Ace of Pentacles encourages you to seize the moment and embark on a path toward material success. It symbolizes a time when you can lay the foundation for a prosperous future. Okay? So that's what you're doing right now. Okay? So you are the heir to your own kingdom, right? Your own world, your own universe, your own home, your own place, your own soul. So now that that's what's happening, you can move forward and collect your reward, and what is yours. Okay. And then I'm going to draw one of these cards here, the autonomic tarot. And I have for you the King of Discs, the King of Pentacles. See? So your soul is in alignment with this. You want to be this king of these pentacles. Okay? So that means with the King of Discs, the King of Discs, Fire of Earth, Maximus, mission accomplished, stepping off, dropping out, the day is done, taking stock, achievement, and success. And the mission is accomplished. You have accomplished everything you set out to, Pisces. You wanted to go through a new door, a new portal in the universe, and awaken your soul and ignite your love for yourself again. And you're doing just that. And through leaving behind those that did not respect your feelings and your, emotions and your body and your mind and your soul and your spirit and all of it. You're leaving it all behind and you're moving forward. And as you move forward, you are rewarded for doing this, for separating yourself from that. And you are rewarded with the Ace of Coins and the King of Discs. And the King of Discs is really what just like solidifies that. It's like you're crowned the victor, you're crowned the one true, leader of the pack here. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So I'm going to draw Mystic Whispers and a Crow's Insight, which is all to do with shadow energy, and we'll leave it at that. Trust. And that's like another pentacle. In the traditional tarot, that's what it looks like. Even in fearful, if you've been afraid of change, even in free fall, the universe catches you, and that's your sign from the universe. Look, Ace of Pentacles. All right, and then we have here friendship. Like crows who form lifelong bonds, cherish the friendships that bring light to your life. Friendship. And that's really what is happening here, is that you walked through this door of change, and that led you to friendship. That's leading you toward friendship. That's leading you toward trusting yourself again. That's leading you to trusting others again with your feelings. That's what friends are for. Okay? Friends are, that's what a real friend represents, is, can I share my feelings with you? Right? And it doesn't have to be like a deep, whole big conversation, right? It can just be chilling with each other, vibing with each other. You know what I'm saying? So it's your abundance, it's your rewards, and it's your friendship. And that's what's all coming into an alignment here for you, through your transformation, through adaptation, through transition, and through evolution, Pisces. And that's my message for you, my beautiful souls, my loves. Okay, Pisces. So take care now. Check out my other Shadow Queen series videos. I have a playlist. And there are soulmate readings for you as well, and heart path readings on your playlist, Pisces. So enjoy. Subscribe to my channel, please, and hit the like button. Bye.